Hi there. We are What the Hack Group 7. Our project is called TapFA, which is a two-factor authentication app that uses haptic taps for approval. I'm Clint Wadley.
And I'm Douglas Edge.
I'm Prema Thangavaya. TapFA is a new way of interacting with push-based two-factor authentication. It's like Duo, but instead of approving requests by tapping a button on the screen, you haptically tap the device to approve.
We had some changes to the original plan. We can't do tap-based approval while the phone is locked. This is unfortunately a limitation of React Native. We can't get accelerometer data in the background. Second, timeline slippage meant much less usability testing than we desired. And lastly, we lost a team member almost toward the end of the project, Sid, due to unfortunate circumstances.
All right, so what we were able to deliver was a mobile app, which allows acceptance of 2FA requests through tap pattern recognition. We're also delivering a backend, which we wrote in order to integrate with this app and an IDP called Authentic. And then we just have a little example website that shows that you can log in. So the architecture of this is very similar to other 2FA apps like Duo. We actually re-implemented the Duo API in order to integrate with Authentic, where the client is able to enroll in 2FA by using a QR code, which registers it with the backend. And then when they come back and do two-factor authentication in the future, Authentic sends a request to our backend, which then sends a push request to our client. It will trigger the TapFA flow, which allows for tap pattern recognition. And then the approval or denial of that is sent back through our server to Authentic, which then will either allow or deny the user to access the website. So let's do our demo. All right, let's demonstrate the app. So I'm going to open it up. First of all, I'm going to go to the settings, and this is where we can set the tap pattern. The original idea was, of course, that we could do the tap authentication while the device was still in the pocket, and that would be more convenient. Our limitations mean that we can't do it while it's locked, but we can still authenticate using the tap haptics. So I'm going to record a tap pattern here, and I'm going to do a specific pattern of taps. That's 3 taps in a pattern, and it detected 3. Now we can test to see if the tap pattern is successful. I can reproduce it. And I can, if we were to do a different pattern, so just like 3, or a different number of taps, it should reject that. Yeah, so let's save that. And now this is just like any other app like Duo, where you can add an application. So I'm going to go ahead and add an application. Let's open up the camera. I have our demo site here. I'm going to log in. I'm going to choose TapFA, and now this is going to send a request to our backend, which is going to get a QR code that we can scan. So I'm going to scan it. Boom. Now it's in our list. And I'm going to get logged in here, but then I'm going to log out, and we will log back in to use the tap authentication flow. Okay, so when I log in here, it's going to send a request to our backend, and it's going to send me a push request here, and it's going to pop up the tap dialog. So do my tap sequence, and it should log me in. There we go, logged in. So reflecting on our project, I think we met most of our goals. We were able to deliver a backend and a front-end app, and that front-end app is able to do tap pattern recognition with pretty good accuracy. But obviously we were not able to do so while the phone was locked. And that was a direct result of risk that was not properly vetted early on, that we were not able to get accelerometer data while the phone was locked. The usability of the haptic mechanism is a bit debatable. It really depends upon a lot of variables. Motion is a big one, right? Where you can get false negatives or false positives. And right now we only support Android, so that's also a limitation. Thank you very much for listening.